It is extremely important. A lot of the things that the Alabama High School provides for us to make sure that we're prepared as coaches in case of accidents that can happen to your athletes or coaches or just members in the stand. And so they give us different programs that we're able to go through to be prepared, requiring us to do CPR training and just different plans to help us be better coaches. Several years ago, we had an incident that took place in our gym during a basketball game and had a kid to fall out. During that time, our coaches responded and knowing their CPR, having a plan in place to know where the AED was, being able to contact our emergency personnel to make sure that they got there, enabled us to give this person a chance. Like you said, having those plans in place so that we're able to respond in a manner that gives the injured the opportunity to survive. That is correct. We practice them. Matter of fact, next week we'll start and we'll have our plan in place and we'll rehearse those plans in case something else were to happen, which we hope does not. We try to let them know, and the reason we do that is we don't want them to panic right there, and we let them know. And then occasionally, and this year we may later on, is to stage something so that to see how they respond in this situation. In that one particular case, the kids that were there helped us in a way that we just couldn't imagine a kid responding the way that they did. They did the things we asked them to do, and just amazing what kids can do in certain circumstances. Preparation, being prepared, having a plan. Yes, sir, we do. Matter of fact, we always put safety first, and we try to preach to our coaches, our incoming coaches, make sure that whatever we do, that the child's safety is number one. Their education is right there beside it, but those are things that we put first. They have to be done, and it's fixing to August, some of the hottest weather that we have. We can practice in as long as we want, but we don't want to ever put our children into a circumstance to where they could overheat or become injured due to our mistakes. So we're not going to do anything without safety first. And the thing about Goshen is not only are we a small school, but we're a rural school. I mean, we're 10, 12 miles away from the next Troy town, which would be Troy. Then the next closest one would be Luverne. So we're out in the country. So we have to have a plan. And we have a great sheriff department that is always helping us. Our ambulances, they're always there. We're very blessed to have Troy University that's next to us, and they're always supplying us with people with sports medicine that they can help us there on those nights. And so at football games, we're very blessed to have the right personnel there. But like you said, it comes with a plan, and having that plan to put in. Yes, sir, they do. And everybody knows the direction in which we're going to go. And like you said, getting the buses where they're supposed to be, having personnel to where if we do have an emergency, that we can get the emergency personnel out in a safe and quickly manner.
Yes, we do, and we're actually revamping it for this year. But we have a great program where all of our coaches are involved, our administrators are involved, our EMS, our athletic trainers, and our student athletic trainers. And what we do is we discuss all of this with our coaches, and with all of those people, we have a couple of practice runs to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. And we're going to tweak it just a little bit this year to see if we can add our middle school into it now that I'm over the middle school, and making sure, because a lot of times our middle school is practicing and playing at our facility, and so they need to know about the ins and the outs of that as well. This past year, I hope I never have to use it, but in this past year we had an incident, and what we did was remarkable, and it was like a well-oiled machine. The student athlete was taken care of. Our administrators knew what they were supposed to do. Our coaches knew what they were supposed to do. EMS, athletic trainers, student trainers. It really went well to serve that student athlete in the best way that we possibly could. I mean, even if our coaches by themselves, I mean, they have access. I mean, their phone is with them. We require our coaches to keep their phone with them, and have it in your pocket because you never know when you're going to need it, or have it close over there where your practice plan is or something, just in the event that you have got to call somebody. Our coaches do a really good job in speaking with their student athletes to let them know, hey, we may need your help in this situation. If this happens, I'm going to direct somebody, hey, go call 911, you go get the nurse, you go get the trainer, whatever the situation is. It is extremely important. I mean, our student athletes, their safety is first and foremost above anything else. And I think our schools here in Alabama do a really good job making sure that we're taking care of our student athletes and making sure that they're in a safe environment. And in the event that something does go wrong, they have a great plan in place. The places that I have been to, I think the staff has done a wonderful job at our schools, and I think that they're taking a lot of pride in making sure that they're taking care of it. It's extremely important, and the thing is, the key factor is that's great that administrators and principals come to that event, but the breakdown needs to, what we don't need to have happen is that the information doesn't get back to the coaches and the schools, because sometimes that happens. You sit through the meetings, but I feel like our schools, from the ones that I have been to, do a really good job making sure that their voice is heard, so that what Dr. Lemack and what they're trying to tell us is very important, so that we can implement it, because they're the cutting edge of all this information. Yes, it's much safer today. Much safer today. I mean, we didn't even have athletic trainers when I was, I didn't even know what one of those people were. One thing Pelham City Schools has, we're developing academies, and one of our academies is a Health and Sciences Academy. And part of that is going to be a sports medicine, where Andrew Sports Medicine is going to be coming in and working with our athletic trainer who's going to be teaching the class. And so we could really get an opportunity to recruit some young athletic trainers that will hopefully go into this field and help student athletes down the road.